Hello everyone, welcome to our new DSA series. We are going to start CP-31 sheet. This is a popular sheet for competitive programming problem. So this sheet contains 31 well-curated hand-picked problem. After completing this sheet, you get good confidence over your programming and DSA knowledge skill. So let's start. Let me tell you, this sheet contains only 31 problems. We will solve one problem daily. So this problem of Codeforces, so we have to solve this problem in Codeforces. If you never used Codeforces before, don't worry. I will explain basic Codeforces as well in this lecture. I will I will teach basic of Codeforces, how to write code, how to understand problem, and where to write code, how to submit, how to test everything in simple word in this lecture. You just have to watch this lecture till end and have little patience. So let's start by our first problem. The first problem of this sheet is Halloumi Boxes. Let's click this and it redirect us to Codeforces. Uh, uh, okay, if you never used Codeforces, you find it little complicated and difficult because uh, unlike lead code where we were given problem statement clearly and we have to just write our algorithm and click the run button and submit button and it works. Here it works differently. You have to figure out what are the inputs, how to how to build your uh, mm, function according to this input. You have to read this input as well, and here you can't see any editor to write code. You have to figure out yourself. So you have to, don't worry, I will explain everything step by step in simple word. Just mm, stay with me till end. So let's start in this problem. So let's understand what the problem is saying. So there are written too many things in this problem. Let me simplify it. So the in Halloumi Boxes, what problem requirement is? Let's come here. So the problem requirement is problem saying we are given a nums array, and if you come here, you will see that we are given this input. The first input says the number of test cases, and after that each test case contain two line. If you hover over this, let me zoom it. If you hover over this, you see a yellowish color. This line, this is uh, uh, saying this is one problem input. In this, the first element saying number of element in the nums, and the second uh, element saying uh, k value, and this is the num. Okay, before understanding this, let's understand the problem, what the problem saying. So if I tell you like a story, so the problem saying there is a man from Phoenicius. Let's call it Rahul for the simplicity, because pronouncing its name feels quite difficult. So let's call it Rahul. Rahul is busy after his last contest, and yeah, he have to deliver many alumni all over the world. So he stored them inside N boxes. Let's think a alumni object or anything that he have to deliver. So what he did, he stored all those alumni inside a box, inside n boxes, and each of which has number, and each boxes has some number. What the what he what the problem saying, he want to sort them in non-decreasing order. Non-decreasing means uh, smaller to larger, means in increasing order. So he want to store them in non-decreasing order based on their numbers. Okay, like however, his machine work in a strange way. Like whatever machine he is supposed to use for sorting, it works quite weird. It can sort only k boxes at a time. It can sort only k boxes, at most k boxes. At most means it can sort 1, 2, 3 or k, any number of boxes. At most k, not more than k. Okay, find if it's possible to sort them boxes using any number of rewards. So what we have to do, we have to find whether it is possible to sort boxes in non-decreasing order or not. Okay, and here some notes are given about input, where it's saying the first line contain a number of test cases, second line contain for each test cases, for the first line of each test cases contain what contain n and k, where n is a number of boxes and the length of maximum reverse that Thompsons can make. Okay, come here and let me simplify it. So the problem saying someone there is a person called Rahul. He have to deliver some Halloumi boxes. Okay, so what he did, he stored those he there is a number on that boxes, and he want to sort those boxes in non-decreasing order, means in increasing order. But he has a machine which work strangely. He That machine can sort at most k boxes at once. But we can use that machine many times. And what we have to do at last, we have to just return whether using that machine can we sort those boxes in non-decreasing order or not. This is very simple problem. Just understand carefully. The first element of the input saying the size of the box, number of boxes. Case saying the capacity of machine, like that machine can sort at most k boxes at a time. So this telling the capacity of box, and these are the boxes with numbers. So what we have to do, we have to return yes or no. Yes, if we can sort them in non-decreasing order, or no if we can't. So at last what we have to do, we have to make this we have to sort this now simply. Okay, and we in problem it is also given, we are given a machine that can sort for us, so we don't have to write any reversing order for ourselves. What we have to do, we have to just use that machine. That what that machine do, that machine simply reverse any number of pair. If I come here and show you, so what this machine can do, this machine simply reverse using any number of reverses. It can only reverse any sub array of boxes with length that machine not actually, so they simply reverse. That keep in mind. Don't don't confuse. That machine can only reverse. Okay, uh, only at most k number of boxes can reverse at a time. So here the machine capacity is 3. So if I apply this machine on this sub array, because it take only 3 boxes at a time, so if I apply machine on this sub array, so what happened, it simply reverse. After reversing, the value become 808 3 0 3 and 10. What I have done, I simply reverse this 3 box, because a machine can take or at most 3. Let's first understand what at most means. The problem saying machine can reverse at most k boxes at a time. This is a statement in the problem. Okay, so at most k means you can choose how many boxes you have to reverse at a time. You can reverse 1, you can reverse 2, or you can reverse 3 boxes at a time. It is not mandatory that every time you have to reverse k boxes. You can choose if at one in one step you want to reverse only 2 elements, you can do. At one time you want to reverse 3 elements, you can do, but you can't reverse more than k boxes at a time. You can reverse at most k. So this is the problem saying. So if I choose to reverse 3 boxes at a time, so I simply reverse, and after reversing, this becomes something like this, and 14 will be stay as it is, 14. Okay, now this after one operation, my nums array look like this. This is still not in non-decreasing order. Non-decreasing order means large small Non-decreasing means larger to smaller to larger. Okay. So this is not a non-decreasing order. What we have to do, can we, okay, what we have to, what the problem requirement is, we have to reverse in non-decreasing order. And in my first step, I even make it worse. I, what I did, it become, I bring the largest element at first instead of bringing at last. So let's just delete that and delete. Let's and reverse again. So what I can do, instead of reversing this three element at once, I only reverse this because I know after reversing this, this becomes short. Three will come at first place and it goes after three. So it give me a sorted array. So what I can do, simply, I simply reverse this two boxes, because maximum I can reverse three, but I can reverse one to whatever I want. So here I choose to reverse two boxes at a time. So here it will come 3, now 10, and 840 is still same. 840 still remains same, and 14 also same. Now after one operation, my nums look like this. This is still not in non-decreasing order. What I can do, I can reverse this sub array, these two boxes at a time. So I can do that. So after reversing that, what, how nums will look like? This will remain same. After reversing, my 40 will come ahead of 840. So now this is a non-decreasing order, 3, 4, 10, 14. So in this, for this example, my answer will be yes, because after two operation, here number of operation doesn't matter. You have to simply return whether it is possible to make them short or not after after mm, any number of operation, performing any number of operation. But you just have to uh, make sure you can sort, you can reverse at most k boxes. You, and the problem requirement is this only. Let's take another example to understand this problem more carefully. So let's take this example. Here, let's take the first example. The number of element is 3 and k is 2. K means we can reverse at most k element, at most 2 element in this case. So in this case, this is already in non-decreasing order. So it give me yes, because I choose to reverse no element, no boxes, because the problem requirement is we can reverse at most k boxes. In that at most, I can choose 0, 1, 2. So I choose 0, so I will not reverse any, and it will stay in non-decreasing order, and I can return yes. Okay, take this example where I am getting no. Why so? Let's analyze this problem. uh, Come here and see. Okay, let's bring, okay, here 2 representing number of element. Here 2 is nothing but n, and here 1 is my k, and this is my num. In my num there are only 2 element num. Okay, what problem saying? This saying I can reverse at most one element, at most one box. So after reversing this, it will stay at this place. After reversing this, it will stay at this place. So can't make it short. Why? Because I can reverse at most k element. Here k is 1. So I can reverse only one element. After reversing this 3, it still be 3, because in 1 it only 1 comes. After reversing this, it stay 1. So the uh, so I can't find, so I can't make this num in non-decreasing order. So in this case, I can return no. Hope you understand the idea. Now let's understand how we can write algorithm for this problem. So idea is very easy. Whenever uh, we can So we can make any array in sorted order by performing any number of operation, because the requirement is simple. My k should be greater than uh, 1, because when my k is 1, I can't reverse any element. Here in this case, if my k is 1, I can't reverse any box. So in that case, I can't make a array sorted with k equal to 1. So in that case, if my if it is not in non if it is unsorted and my k is 1, in that case I can say it is impossible to sort them, because using k equal to 1 I can't reverse any element, so I can't make the nums array sorted. But think about a situation where you have more than 1 k value is more than 1. In that case, you can reverse any number of pair. Take any messy nums example. Let's say 2, 3, 7, 1, 7, 4, 2, random anything. And if you have k more than 2, if you have k more than 1, let's call it 2 or 3 any, because if you have 5, you have option to reverse 1 0 element, 1 element, 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 and 5 box together. So if k is 5, you can choose any k before 5. Let's take a very edge case example where k is 2. In that case, is it possible to make it unsorted? Yes, it is possible, because here number of operation doesn't matter. At first operation, I simply reverse this, because I can see this is non-decreasing order. So I make this like this. In my first operation, I reverse these two element. Here 1 and then 3, and other elements stay same, 4, 2. Okay, now what I can do, I can see here this is in non-decreasing order, but this is in non-decreasing order. So what I can do, I can reverse these two. In that case, what happens, my 1 and 3 will be same. 1, 3 will be same, and my 7 and 4 get reversed, so my 4 will come before 7 and 2 will stay at 2. Now my 2 2 is small, but still it is at last. So what I can do, I can at next operation I will reverse that. My 2 come at this place. At that step I reverse this, and my 2 come at this place. In this step I reverse my 2 with 3, and now my 2 will come here and 3. And in this way it becomes sorted. So you can take any example, any nums example, and you will see it is possible to make it sorted. It should be 2, 3, 4 and 7. Yeah, you can take any example, and you will see if you have k more than 2, you can sort any messy nums. Yeah. So what will be the algorithm? Algorithm will be simple. I will start iterating over these nums, and I start my for loop from this index, first index. I check if it is non-decreasing order and my k is great. And if what I'm saying, if I will start from here, and if this is in non-decreasing order, here this is 3 and this is 4. So this is in decreasing order. I want in increasing order, so I have to reverse it. So I check if my k is 1. In that case, there is no way to reverse them, because my machine reverse only one box at a time. If it is reverse this, it will stay at 10. It reverse this, stay at this place. So yeah, if my k is 1, I can't reverse. So in that case, I can simply return no. Otherwise, if my k is greater than 1, so in any case, and I can make my nums sorted after performing any number of operation, because if my k is 2, I can swap this, and in next iteration I will swap this, in next iteration after. And there is a way, uh, where I can sort my nums array when my k is greater than 2. So this is a simple algorithm. So what I will do, I will simply run a for loop, check if there is non-decreasing order, if there is if my previous element larger than current element. So in that case, what I can do, I simply check if my k is 1. In that case, I say I will know I can't reverse them with k equal to 1. So in that case, I return no. Otherwise, I know there is always a way where I can swap, I can sort my nums. So this is the idea. Let's come to Codeforces and see how we write our code. So for that, let's come to uh, uh, where okay now the question is where we can write our algorithm, because I can't see any editor here. So you we have to go at submit. Let's come to submit. Here you can write your code. You can choose the any language you want to write code. Here you find all language, there are so many languages listed, uh, where here Python is also. So wherever you want, you can whatever in language you are comfortable, you can choose that. I will write code in Java, so I have choose Java 2164 bit. Okay, here you can write, but before writing you have to write boilerplate code. What boilerplate code? In uh, in uh, in Codeforces, we write our code inside main class. So before writing, you have to write something like this: class main. It should be main, and inside main, you write inside a class. Uh, Inside main, what we write: public void, public static void. That basic boilerplate code that we write in every Java code. The main now in main in string args, this is a boilerplate code you have to write before writing your actual logic. String args, and now you can write your code in this block. Yeah, this is the idea. uh, uh, but writing here this is you can write. There is another way that is more appropriate way. uh, the way is instead of writing here, you can see this is a very small editor, and you have to write this boilerplate code. So there is another way is you can write your Java code in your IntelliJ. Okay, so what I can do, I can write my Java code in IntelliJ, and I can simply paste here. Yeah, this is the idea. So let's come in IntelliJ, and I'm comfortable in my IntelliJ. This the interface look very familiar, so I will write there. So let's come here, and here I have already created a class called Halloumi Boxes. Class doesn't matter, class name doesn't matter. What I have to do, I can simply in my in this I can write my code. Okay, uh, so in what I need, I will write a method. I need to in this Codeforces. You have to create your own method. You have to add your own parameters. Unlike lead code, where you are given code method name, all inputs there. You just have to write your algorithm. Uh, Here you have create your own method name. Add the appropriate inputs in this according to the question. So before writing or creating method, you have to analyze what method name I should write, or what input I would need for this problem. So let's come here and see. If I come here, let's understand. Let's come to this problem again. And what inputs I need to do for this, I first need to know how many element, the size of my array, and the value of k, so that I know what is the value of k. And I also need to know this nums array. So solve this problem, I need three input. One is n, size of the array, another is array, and another input is k. So I have build my function according to this input. So let's come here, and you can mm, and what we will give the method name. You can give any method name, that doesn't matter, uh, but try to be give a relevant name. In this case we can write something like, make it first public static. Now what I will return here, I return string. Here we don't return anything. I can make it void because I have to simply print. No, we have to return string. I will return string public spellings. Let me correct it. Public static string. I will return string. And what will be the method name? Why it's giving error? Modifier static not allowed here. Okay. I can't write static here. Okay, no worries. Now what I will write, what my method name will be. My method name will be sort boxes. It sounds more appropriate, sort boxes, because in this problem we have to sort boxes. So what input I would need, I need a array, nums array. So I have to create it myself. What else I need? I need a int n size of my, this is not mandatory. Without n I can write my code, but there is no harm if I write n. Now what I need, my k is important. Now what I will do, I will simply run a for loop. For I will run my for loop over my uh, nums array, and I can simply check. What I will check, let's not run for each loop, run a simple loop where I start from 1 to I less than nums length. Here nums length is n, and I will increase I by 1. Now what I need to check, I simply check if it is unsorted. If it is unsorted, if my nums of previous element I minus 1 is larger than my current element, in that case what I need to check, I simply need to check if if it is unsorted and my k is also equal to 1. So I can't make it sorted anyhow, so I can simply return, what I can return, simply return no. Okay. Now if there is no such cases where it is unsorted and also my k is also 1, in that case I can simply return yes. Yeah, this is the uh, this is the algorithm for this problem. That simple only. Now the part is here, the important part is to learn in this lecture is to how we write code for the code forces. Only submitting this will not work. Mm, you have also take this input from yourself. You are not going to provide it at runtime, so you have to insert those input values yourself. What I'm saying, let's come here again and check what I'm saying. You are given this input as a whole. What you have to do, you have to iterate over all these line and take this value in your method as an input yourself. You are not going to provide it at runtime, so you have to insert this value yourself. Here the first element saying the number of test cases, you have to take that as well. Now you have to take each element, map this element to n, map this element to k, this element to nums. You have to do all these things yourself. You are just going to provide at runtime. This element will uh, come provided you at runtime one by one. You have take those element and map of what this element should be. They are not going to say this will be your number of test cases, this will be, and you have to take care them yourself. So what I'm saying, let's come here again, and what I'm saying, at runtime you are going this nums array, you have to input, you have to take those input variable uh, from the file and insert into your method and check whether it's working for or not. So how can I do that? So what I'm saying, first you need a scanner which what this can do. It and this read those input value for you from the file. So we need to make the scanner object. How can we make like this new scanner? What scanner do? Scanner read input of file value for us. So you have to write system in you okay. uh, every time we write system dot out, because we are providing the value, we are printing something outside. So we are printing something for user. Now what we are doing is here system in means we are reading file from we are reading from file. This means this we are not printing somewhere, we are reading it. So system dot in, we are reading in our system. Okay, now we have created the source scanner. Now what scanner do? It read each element one by one. So you have to store those element and map what that element indicate. So we know in our input the first lines telling the number of test cases. Here the first line is telling the number of test cases. So where I can store it, let's come here. I will store it in my t means number of test cases, and what I do, s dot next int, because I am going to get int element. So in what this method, what this meaning, this meaning we are reading file one by one. So we have to do next. Earlier we have just made a scanner object. Now that next point to first line of input. If I come here, the first after here I created my scanner object which is pointing to nothing. After doing next dot int, it point to my this element which is an integer, this line of input. After doing next, it this next point to this element, after next this point to this element, after next, means whenever you keep doing next, it keep running, it keep reading each element one by one. For the first time it read this, for next time this, then this, then this, like this. Hope so it's making sense. So for the first time it is my number of test cases, so I will store in t. And what I will do, I will run a for loop. I will check each test cases, and for each test cases we are given three variables. One is number of size, number of box size, one is k value, and another is nums array. So for I have to iterate over each line. So what I can do, I keep running my t until it gets end. So I keep running. Here I am decreasing as well. What I am writing, t minus minus means every time for every while loop it decrease by one for each test cases until, and it keep running until it is greater than 0. Now what I do here, again I will run my, I will store my another variable. If I come here, the next element is, if I do acid next enter, this time it will indicate this value. After that, this will indicate this value. After that, this. So here, this time, this is my n size of nums. Next time it will be k, and other next time it will be my nums. So how can I write this? Let's this time it will my n. So I simply take next dot int next, the next time it will be my k. So take that also. I just have to keep moving my SC scanner pointer. It is, you can think of as a pointer which is pointing each element one by one. Now I have to read this nums variable. This is just a integer. We have to create nums ourselves. So how can I do this? I need to create nums array. So here I will make like this. Let's call it nums. And how we create this new int, and the size of the nums array is equal to n. So let's make it n. And what I will do, I will run a while loop. And how long? Until my n is greater than I will run a while loop. Let's call it I int I will start from 0 and it keep running until it is less than I. And okay, what I'm doing, let just see here. I am running. Why I need while loop? Because I have to read this input every time. uh, One time my scanner will point this input, then this input, then this input. So for this test, for each test cases, first I have read this element, then this element. Now I have to iterate over this nums, this elements. So I will iterate one by one and I will store in my array. So what I'm saying I will run over this. I will go to each element. How? Simply like this. As let's call it element. And what I will do, take no simply in nums, just store nums at nums I. What I need, what I want sc dot next. That simple. For the first at the ith index. Let's come here. Where is my problem? Okay. Okay. For the when my index is 0, this element will become. Now I will now pointer move to this. My index is also moved to next I. So this point, this and this. Hope it's making sense. Uh, yeah, every time I get increases and my scanner keep increment by next dot int. So in this way I will create my nums array. Once I get my nums and k, what I can do, I can simply call my function and check whether it is whether this test for this input value it passing the test case or not. So what I can do simply, uh, here what I will do, uh, call my method. The method name is sort, sort, sort boxes, boxes, and we can pass the values nums and k like this. And I can simply print it in Codeforces. We don't return, we simply print. Okay, here I'm getting something error. We have to make it static, because in static class, if we want to call any method, that method should also be static. So right here static. Yeah, now it's working. Now we have to print it as well. So simply write system dot out dot print ln, and we can write inside parentheses. Yeah, it will work. For each test cases, what happens, it read its n value, k value. We create norms while iterating over this line, uh, in this line to create norms. And once I take all this value n, k and norms, I call the method and check for this input my answer should be yes. So I will simply print it. When my input is this, it should print this. For this it will print this. Yeah, like this. We have every time we have to read input, insert into our method and check for this input, it should be this value. Once all these test cases passed, our algorithm will be accepted. So yeah, it is, this is the idea. Here I have to increase I as well, because every time I have to increment I, so that for the first time it will be 0, for the next time it will be 1, and like this. Yeah, this is my whole idea. What I can do, I can simply copy paste, control A, control C, and come here, and where I need, where I will submit it, I will submit in this, I will paste it in this editor. Uh, so what I can do, I can simply do control A, control V, and I simply paste it like this. You can write your code here also, like by creating class and creating main. You have to create main to run your algorithm. You in main you will call your algorithm, print whatever you have to do, you will do in a static void main. And for if you want to write like this, you can create your method and call in main. So what this is what I did. Now we have chosen the language, and before submitting, let me make it little shorter. Before submitting, you have to write the problem a number as well, something like this, because in code forces every problem has a unique number, so you have to write that as well. So from where we get those number? So if you come here, you will see for Halloumi boxes, you can find the problem number from here or from here as well. So it is simple. Just look at this point and right here. So in problem number, you can simply find the problem number from here. So it is 9034A, and we can submit, it. And before submitting, if you want to test, here what we are doing, we are directly submitting before testing. So if you want to submit this code before, if you want to test this code before submit, so you can come the, this window, custom test, and here you can test how. Let's come here before submitting, let's come here, and what I need, again you have paste your code in this editor box. So just simply control A, control V, you paste your code. I pasted this here. You have to give the input as well, because this doesn't know what the input for this problem. So you have to pass the input from fields as well, and according to this input, it will pass to this. Uh, my code will read input from this input and print the value, whatever it print. If you can show this here, and if it is correct, you can check. So for input, what I can do, I will go here and simply copy paste this input field, all input field, control C, and come here and paste that here also, and you can now run. This will not going to submit it, simply run. If it is any problem, it will show you. Yeah, it's running. You can see here it is processing our code and checking. Let's see. Yeah, and now it's giving the answer according to our algorithm. You can simply check this answer with this output answer to check whether it's correct or not. So if here all is yes except the last one, the here also it is all yes except the last one for this same input. So yeah, the answer is matching. So this algorithm will work. So we can simply come here again and submit our code. So come here, they copy paste your code. What from here, come here again and just copy paste, control A, control C. Come here and just paste this here. Yeah, and write the number of problem, because using this number of problem, it will go, it will check our problem for the input, and it get the input from that problem. So here we have to mention problem number, it is 903, and from where you get the number, you can simply see from here. Okay, now let's submit it. Once I click the submit button, it bring us to here, and now it is verdict, means verifying whether it's correct or not. Okay, running on test 2, it is running and checking all test cases. Just wait few seconds. We can do like this. It's taking more time than expected. Should we refresh it? Let's refresh. I think it got stuck because when we submit, there are already so many questions. It just sent into queue, and I don't know who designed this. Yeah, and now you can see it got accepted, and it's taking time, this time and this memory. and it got accepted. So yeah, you have successfully submit your first problem on Codeforces. Yeah, this is a big achievement. You can see here writing algorithm, here submitting problem is more difficult than thinking of algorithm. Here algorithm is simple, but all the difficult part is finding where to submit, where to test, how to write code, scanner, everything, because we have to we have ourselves to take read input variable and pass each input to our mm, function. So this is here, this is extra boilerplate code, our idea, our algorithm of this line only, but this is extra thing we have to do in Codeforces. Yeah, it's okay. Once we learn this, how to take input and where to submit, how to test on Codeforces, next time it feels more easy, and we can do things in more faster way. Next time we have to just focus more on our algorithm and less on what to do, because we in this video we have already learned what we have to do to submit our code in Codeforces. If you like the explanation, if you like the way I explained, if you didn't, please consider to subscribe my channel and like my video. Thank you so much.